Good evening. It is exciting to be here on this Wednesday edition of Uctv News to present you the top stories that have happened tonight. And we are going to start off from Parliament, where the leader of opposition, Joel Senyonyi, has expressed fear that the proposal to elect the leader of opposition in Parliament could lead to fragmentation and unhealthy competition among opposition members of Parliament. This was revealed as he appeared before the Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee to present his views on the Administration of Parliament Amendment Bill 2024. The bill, introduced by Mityana South MP Richard Lumu, seeks to allow MPs to elect their own leader of opposition in Parliament instead of having the role assigned by political parties.
The procedure is clarified because the Constitution says Parliament shall prescribe a mode. Parliament prescribed that mode in the Administration of Parliament Act, saying the leader of the opposition shall be elected by the leading opposition party. That's in the law. So there is no lacuna. The Constitution says Parliament shall prescribe. Parliament actually prescribed. And I was elected by my party with specificity, if you want to know. I was elected by the National Executive Committee of my party. That's the top organ of the party. So I don't think there is a gap therein that it's confusing. Do you choose or otherwise? The law is very clear. The Administration of Parliament Act shall be elected by the leading opposition party. And that's what happened in my case. That's what happened with my predecessor. Speaking for my party, how we do actualize that. Yes, it's a committee that is comprised of several members, several leaders, and we sit and determine matters on behalf of the party. So when we saw the law saying the leader of the opposition shall be elected by the leading opposition party, our conscription of that was we're not going to call all the members of the party, registered members of the party, to come and elect. Our wisdom within the law was to go by the top organ of the party, which did carry out that election. And the minutes are available and so on. That's how we have done with the previous law, myself, and so on. The Honorable Tera, the Deputy Chairperson, rightly says it's the duty of this committee to guide Parliament and the nation in the quest to have good laws for this country. And that's why I came to this committee. I probably had the choice not to come, or any of the stakeholders you invited. I don't think they were under any compulsion. I've chaired a committee before. There are people who mandatorily, when you invite them, they must come. If they don't, you can summon them. We used to summon and even arrest people and bring them to a committee when I chaired one. But in the case of stakeholders, they come on their own volition because they believe this committee has got a duty. And we believe that that duty ought to be executed efficaciously. And so that's why I came to share my thoughts. I am very hopeful that, yes, the committee will capture our thoughts and put them into consideration. Some people might say, but well, maybe this is just for the motions of it, for formality and that kind of thing. I want to give the committee the benefit of doubt, and that's why I came to share. Those my thoughts. I've been seeing other stakeholders that have been coming to the committee sharing their thoughts. I am hopeful that the committee will capture them and share them with the rest of the House so that we are able to run this our country even better than we are. You see, we run this country together, government and the opposition. There are challenges we are still dealing with politically, but we are all stakeholders, and that's why we are here.
The Uganda People's Congress Party, UPC, has praised the government for signing the standard gauge railway project contract with the Turkish firm, calling it a significant step towards boosting regional trade. During the party's weekly press briefing in Kampala, the spokesperson, Sharon Arach Oyat, emphasized the importance of mobilizing sufficient resources to ensure the project's timely completion.
in an effort to promote trade and regional integration among East African states. In 2013, the leaders of Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, South Sudan, and Rwanda broke ground for the construction of the standard gauge railway. Since then, the project has had significant progress only in Kenya and Tanzania until on 14th of October this year, when the government of Uganda and the Turkish construction firm identified as Yap Makezi signed a 10.8 trillion contract to construct the railway line from Malaba to Kampala in a period of 48 months. The government has demonstrated its commitment to the success of this project by allocating funds amounting to Uganda shillings 479.7 billion, as revealed by the Permanent Secretary, who is also Secretary to the Treasury Ramadhan Gobi, in the released second quarter of the financial year 2024-2025.
When I turn to infrastructure, Ministry of Works and Transport has been given 479.07 billion to cater for the standard gauge railway. We are purchasing right of way.
To this, the Uganda People's Congress commended the government for this promising gesture of promoting trade and regional integration, and as well empowered the government to expedite the completion of the project.
Uganda People's Congress welcomes the signing of a $2.3 billion standard gauge railway construction contract between the government of Uganda and the Turkish company, which is to start from Malaba to Kampala in a period of 24 months and 48 months, I beg your pardon, and later extend to Kasese, western part of the country. UPC has been at the forefront of urging the government to expedite the process, and this embarked on the journey of upgrading our railway transport by repairing 1 meter gauge railway, and the SGR is commendable. Much as it has been long overdue, it is a giant milestone.
Nevertheless, Sharon Oyat advised the government to extend the line to more vulnerable areas like Arua to enhance connectivity and as well ignite economic growth in the country.
It is befitting for NRM government to consider extending the railway to Arua, as studies were already underway and captured in the 5-year development plan of 1966 to 1971. And they quoted, "And the Uganda government and the Railways and Harbours Administration are studying the possibility of extending the railway from the bridge northwestwards to Arua." That was the quote of the plan in the 1966 to 1971.
It's upon this ground that she called upon the government to mobilize more resources to enable timely completion of both the meter gauge railway and the standard gauge railway construction projects
as direct beneficiaries. UPC is appealing to the government to mobilize enough resources and ensure that 2 projects of 1, the meter gauge railway and the standard gauge railway, are executed within the speculated time frame to avoid overheads of delayed projects, as it is with other projects like the oil, the Ginger Kampala Express, Busega, PG Express, and so on and so forth.
The SGR project is part of a broader initiative to ease the movement of goods within East Africa, enhancing Uganda's strategic position as a key player in the region's logistics and transportation sector. Joseph Kabali, Uctv News.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who also doubles as the Commander-in-Chief of the Uganda People's Defense Forces, presided over the commissioning of officer cadets at the Uganda Military Academy in Kabamba, Mubende District. In his address, the President congratulated the 203 newly commissioned officers and commended the UPDF's leadership for prioritizing professionalism and productivity within the force.
General Retired Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda and Commander-in-Chief of the Uganda People's Defense Forces, by virtue of the authority entrusted to me by the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda and the law governing the Defense Forces of Uganda, do hereby commission you to be officers of the Uganda People's Defense Forces at the ranks of Lieutenant and second lieutenant from this 15th day of October 2024. May God help you.
Your Excellency, you may take your seat until the peeping ceremony is done. The happiest moment for the cadet is now.
So therefore, here I congratulate Uganda as a country for having an army which is educated, able to absorb modern ideas, including the ideas of fighting a modern war, which needs a lot of technical information. I want to congratulate the Minister of Defense and the commanders led by CDF for listening to my directive to turn the training schools into centers of excellence. They showed me the master plan. It will make Kawamba a totally new type of center. In terms of accommodation, training facilities. On the side of the officer cadets, you have now very good opportunity. You've entered a good force, a force with a very good history, and with a lot of potential.
Thank you very much for watching the Uganda Catholic Television. Uctv News is going to take a break.
UCTV, good news for all.
Welcome to Seeds of Success. My name is Rwanga Godfrey. Seeds of Success, we talk about business environment.
If you want to be a millionaire, work for money, but billionaires work for wealth.
Social affairs.
Whom to blame via characters and talents? Is it tertiary institutions or humanity within the human beings?
And other topical issues. Don't miss on UCTV, good news for all.
And finally, from our local scene, Dr. Livingstone Sewanyana, a leading human rights advocate, has lauded Uganda's judiciary for its notable advancements in promoting human rights and restoring public confidence despite historical obstacles. Now, Dr. Livingstone Sewanyana acknowledged key improvements, including the adoption of alternative dispute resolution mechanisms, but emphasized that more work remains to fully realize the judiciary's role in safeguarding justice and human rights for all Ugandans.
The judiciary is supposed to be an umpire. It is the institution which interprets the law and ensures rights for all. The judiciary for quite some time was under attack if you go back into our political history. As you recall, we had our Chief Justice Benedicto Chiwanuka being dragged and killed. The judiciary therefore was always a victim of the executive. However, over time, the judiciary has also developed to provide some sort of some sort of recourse to those who happen to be victims of abuse. The judiciary today has courts virtually across the entire country, and there is growing confidence within the populace about the judiciary, as more people find it appropriate to run to the judiciary whenever there is some degree of injustice. And the judiciary, on the other hand, has also evolved by bringing on board alternative justice mechanisms. For example, of late, they now have embraced the idea of mediation, reconciliation. They have embraced the idea of plea bargaining, community service, which to a large extent helps in fast-tracking the delivery of justice, because one of their major impediments, their major challenges has always been the failure to pronounce themselves in a timely manner. And as we know the adage, justice delayed is justice denied. Now, with new developments, with these emerging innovations, it's now possible to fast-track the delivery of justice. So it stands in a vantage point to provide the necessary recourse to justice for those who happen to be victims of abuse. But I should also say that it's developing. It's a developing story. They are not yet there because delays still continue. They are not there because they don't have all the necessary judicial resource. They are not there because they don't have 100% budgetary appropriation. But I think it is a developing story.
Thank you very much for watching the Uganda Catholic Television. UCTV News is going to take a break.
UCTV, good news for all.
Come to the feast of heaven and earth. Come to the table of plenty.
Come to the feast. Come to the banquet. Come to the table of plenty, where all life, all joy, all happiness, and all healing streams from.
What is this invitation for?
This invitation is about the World Mission Sunday and all the mission of the baptized. We are baptized and sent to invite all to this great banquet.
What is this mission and World Mission Sunday?
Pope Francis defines mission as a tireless going out to all men and women in the world, calling them, inviting them to encounter God and be in communion with Him. World Mission Sunday was created by Pope Pius the 11th in 1926 as a world day of prayer for all missionaries in the world. It is on this day that we recommit, we reawaken, and reignite our missionary enthusiasm.
When do we celebrate this Mission Sunday?
Now, the month of October is dedicated to praying and supporting all missions in the world. The celebrations of the World Mission Sunday normally happen on the second last Sunday of the month of October. This year, 2024, we are to celebrate World Mission Sunday on the 20th of October 2024 in all the different parishes where we hail from.
How do we celebrate this World Mission Sunday?
Now, brothers, we celebrate the World Mission Sunday, 1, by praying for all missions and missionaries in the world. 2, by contributing towards the smooth running of missionary work. Contribute materially and financially. 3, share the faith. Live a life of Christ. Live a life of Christ. This is an inspiration by your way of living.
And what is the theme of this year's celebration?
Pope Francis has given us a theme: go and invite all to the banquet. This comes from Matthew chapter 22 verse 9. As the king sends his servant to go So the church sends all the baptized to go and invite everyone to this great banquet of the Lord. This is our life. This is our mission. This is our responsibility and vocation. We go and invite all to the banquet of the Lord. Come to the feast of heaven and earth. Come to the table of plenty. God will provide for all that you need here at the table of plenty. We are seminarians from St. Mbaga's Major Seminary, Gaba, in Theology 3. And we wish you a very happy World Mission Sunday Day. Come 20th October 2024. We wish you the very best. Come to the feast of heaven and earth. Come to the table of plenty.
Uctv, good news for all.
It is time now for Today in History. I am Sunday Gloria Aboch. I wish you the best of this evening and a great night.